This is one of over 500 assisted PNF stretching demonstrations that can be found as part of my 80 Days to Your Dream Body course, which is available to my channel members. If you'd like to see all of them, then consider becoming a member. But for right now, let's get our stretch on. And while we're resting, we are going to continue where we left off in the last segment. And now we're going to start focusing on the scapular elevators. In this particular variation, what we're going to be focusing on is going to be the superior fibers of the superior trapezius. We're also going to be getting a lot of the levator scapulae muscle. And we want to be in the same position where we were when we were working on circumduction. So as soon as we finish the circumduction, we would be right across the patient's body. This is going to make the patient nice and stable. That way they're not moving. They're going to be a lot more stable on the table, a lot more comfortable. And the way that we would do it, same positioning as we had for when we were working on the circumduction. So we have the hand cupped over the anterior portion of the glenohumeral joint. The other hand is going to be up over top. You could have their forearm resting on your forearm. And then what we would do is as soon as we finish the circumduction, we would start going into scapular depression by just pulling down on the shoulder. And then from this position, once we find some nice tension and a good amount of stretch, we would then instruct the patient to inhale and shrug up. So you could tell them either to shrug up, you could tell them bring your shoulder up to your ear, whatever cue you need to do to get the job done. Different patients are going to respond differently to different cues. But for me, I would just say inhale and bring your shoulder up to your ear. The patient would inhale, go into scapular elevation, and then as they exhale and relax, I'm going to traction and then want to sink deep into the tissue and take them deep into scapular depression to target those scapular elevators. When we are focusing on the scapular elevators at 0 degrees of coronal abduction, so the arm right down by the side primarily, in this position, we are going to be emphasizing the superior fibers of the superior trapezius, and also we're going to be getting a lot of the levator scapulae muscle. Some of the other muscles that will be involved, we're going to be getting a little bit of the rhomboids minor and a little bit less so of the rhomboids major. And then inadvertently, we will be getting some stretch in the superior fibers of the serratus anterior. But the main emphasis in this particular variation is going to be those superior fibers of the superior trapezius and the levator scapulae muscle. During the next rest period, I'm going to be showing you how to get into the inferior fibers of the superior trapezius. But for right now, our rest period is up, so that's pretty much it. And during the next rest period, the way that we're going to modify it is we're going to go into slight abduction, and that's going to shift the emphasis down into those inferior fibers of the superior trapezius. But for right now, rest period is up. Time for set number 3. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.